Okay, so let's just go ahead and use angle. Let's say, should we use 22 or 25? I think 22 will be okay. Let's go with 22, right? Okay. And then before that, let's just, okay, okay, let's just go ahead and use 22. Let's go ahead and use 22. So now select our line. Let's assume this is our first point, and then let's give it direction. And now we need to input our angle now, right? Bearing and distance. We need to input the bearing, which is the angle, and also the distance. By doing that, then you now use put your hand down on Shift command and at. We'll be using Shift at to give it the command of bearing and distance. Now the first one is your distance, right? Let's assume 1500, just assumption. It will be edited later. And now for you to move on and give it the bearing, press Shift and your degree, which is Shift and the lesser than sign on your keyboard. The Shift and the lesser than sign key on your keyboard. And now let's give it the angle of 22 degrees, right? And enter. So we are having this, right? Now let's just mirror it to the other side. Let's mirror. Let's just go ahead and mirror it, right? And then we're having this. So now let's move this to the end here. Let's move it to the end. After moving it to the end, now let's use our chamfer tool to join them together. Let's join it. We are having something like this. Is the 22-degree not too small? Or we should change it to 25 degrees? Or what do you think? Okay, let's try out 25 degrees. Let's see how 25 degrees look like. So the same method, Shift at, let's give it 15, right? And Shift less than sign, and let's use 25 degrees, right? Enter. I think this is still kind of okay a little bit. Now let's mirror. Let's mirror it, enter, and then let's move. Now let's chamfer them together and see what we are having. So we are having this, right? We are having something like this. Okay, that's for our first part of the roof, right? Okay, now to do the rest, we just need to do. Okay, sorry, before that, even before doing all this, let's move this upward. Let us erase it. You know, we said we need to leave an eaves for this our roof, an eaves of 600, right? We left if of 600 for our plan, roof plan, right? Let's just leave it here also 600, enter. So this is where this is starting from, right? Let's just move this here, right? And then the same thing for here also. Let's move this first. Let's bring it down. And then let's move it with a distance of 600. Okay, I think that's nice enough. And then let's chamfer them together. Let's join them together. Okay. And now for us to get the upper part here, you know, the upper part here is having like a rectangular shape here at the ridge cap, right? So we just need to continue this and then bring this to join it. Right. So what we just need to do now is copy this. Let's copy, bring it up here, right? And then select this also, copy, and then bring it here, right? And then let us move this also the distance of 600, right? Okay, and then let's chamfer them together. Chamfer this and this all together, right? And we are good to go. Let's just do the same thing for here also. Chamfer this together. Okay, so now we are having our larger roof, but you know we said we are having a kind of, okay, no, let us chamfer them together yet. Let's see where this goes. Oh, okay, let us return it. Okay, it's not returnable. Okay, let's just do like this. Let's chamfer them. Let's see. Let's chamfer this, this and this, right? And let's do this also. You know, we said we are having an horizontal ridge cap here, horizontal ridge cap. So we just need to create that up here, just a little ridge cap, right? Now let's give it our line. Let's draw a line, let's say 1000 for example, and then let's join it here, select it, and then bring it down here also, right? And then let's erase this off. So now let's chamfer this with this, and also this with this. So we are having this as our roof. Now we are left with the third side here, which is this, right? This smaller part here, a very small roof, right? What we just need to do now is to, okay, let's first of all get our eaves projection, which is the 600, right? 600 from here, okay, which is this, right? Which is this part here. So now we'll just go ahead, copy this and bring it here, right? Okay, let's just erase this off and then join this with this. Okay, so we are having something like this, but you know, it's a very small roof. Let's say around the mid point of this larger roof here, right? Let's assume it's kind of in the middle of this larger roof. Let's assume this distance from here to here and from here to here is kind of equal, right? Okay, so let's just draw a line here, for example, and see. Let's select the midpoint of this line, right? And then join it here. And then let us chamfer these two together. Now we are having this as our roof, right? Now what we just need to do now is to get our fascia board. We should get our fascia board, which is more or less like a wooden board, fascia board here to cover this side here, the side of the roof here, right? I'll just go ahead and copy, and let's say give it a distance of 500. No, 500 is too much. It's too much. 100 is too much. Let's return it. Let's give it 250. Just a small thickness, right? Okay. So now let's reduce all this. Let's erase this and this also. Okay. Now let's just give it our line here. For this also, right? Okay. Here also, and then the last one, which is here, right? Okay. So I think this is a nice roof. And now the same thing we did for this our roof plan here, we'll do it for here also by making each of these by creating boundary for them, right? Let's just go ahead and create boundary. Let's go ahead and create boundary and then pick our points. Let's select this internal part here, this here, and then okay, let's see here, and enter. So each of these now is now a separate entity. Okay, now let's select this and offset with a distance of, let's use 100, right? Okay, I think this is nice. Let's do the same thing for here also. I'm not sure if this work out, kind of small. Okay, let's use a separate offset distance for this. Let's use 50. See, okay, I think 50 is still kind of okay for this. Okay, I think this is nice, right? If you are able to do this, then at least you've gone a long way. Okay, so I think this kind of looking fantastic, right? Okay, now let's design our roof, right? Let's give it a design similar to this, right? Similar to this. Okay, now let's go to our hatch section here, and then give it a fantastic design, right? Okay, let's come here and use our roof. Where is our roof? This is our roof, right? And let's give it a measurement of 30, right? And let's see what we are. Okay, sorry, before that, let's change this back to 0, right? 0 0, because it's kind of giving it the thickness of that. Okay, let's go back and see what we are having. We're having this. I think it's nice enough. We're having this, right? this side here, right? And then here also, which is quite okay. And then I think you're looking good, right? It's fantastic. So this basically, if you are able to do this, then at least you've learned not even something, a lot of things, right? You've learned a lot of things.